A violent tremor runs through the giant's body. His head swings from side to side. His small ears flap furiously. The skin across his neck and shoulders ripples in powerful waves. Then Kibo throws his entire body into another crushing shake, sending water and mud flying into the air. Something is tormenting him, but the attacker is not a lion. It is not a crocodile. It is almost too small to see. Hidden inside the folds behind his ear, blood-feeding ticks are anchored deep into his skin. Kibo can feel them, but he cannot reach them. Another animal can, and it has been watching from nearby. At first light, Kibo rises from the shallow river. Water pours from his massive back as he steps onto the muddy bank. From a distance, the adult hippopotamus appears calm and powerful, but his movements reveal constant irritation. His left ear flicks repeatedly. Both ears begin flapping in rapid bursts. He twists his head toward his shoulder, trying to press the irritated area against his own body. It does not work. A spasm moves across his neck. The skin shivers. Kibo swings his head upward and shakes from his shoulders to his tail. For a few seconds, the movement stops. Then the ear begins twitching again. The source lies where the ear joins the head. Inside folds, Kibo cannot scratch, bite, or properly rub. Seen up close, Kibo's skin becomes a landscape of deep wrinkles and narrow valleys. Short hairs rise from the surface. Moisture collects inside the folds, and beneath the edge of the ear, the parasites are feeding. Some ticks are still flat and dark. Others have remained attached much longer. Their bodies have expanded into swollen, gray-brown shapes filled with blood. A hard tick does not simply rest on the skin. Its mouthparts anchor firmly into the host. Once attached, it may remain there while feeding. Kibo whips his head sideways again. His ear snaps through the air. The surrounding skin trembles violently. Several loose insects are thrown away, but the attached ticks remain. Their grip is strong, and the deepest folds protect them from the full force of his shaking. Kibo continues trying to escape the irritation. He flaps his ears. He contracts the muscles beneath his skin. He rubs the side of his head against the muddy bank. Then he suddenly shakes his entire body again. These movements require energy. They interrupt rest and feeding, and they still cannot remove the parasites hidden closest to the ear. The ticks are unlikely to overpower a healthy adult hippopotamus by themselves, but each one takes a small blood meal. More importantly, each bite adds another point of irritation. For Kibo, the problem is not one dramatic attack. It is the constant presence of something attached where he cannot reach. Then a small bird leaves the reeds and flies toward him. It is not coming to rescue Kibo. It is coming to eat. Zuri is a yellow-billed oxpecker. Its body is tiny beside Kibo's enormous frame, but it is perfectly adapted to move across large mammals. Strong feet grip the uneven skin. Sharp claws hold firm as the host shifts beneath them, and its bill can search through short hair, wrinkles, and narrow folds. Zuri lands on Kibo's back. The hippopotamus barely reacts. The bird moves forward in quick hops, across the shoulder, along the neck, toward the constantly moving ear. A ripple passes through Kibo's skin. Zuri lowers its body and tightens its grip. Then the ear flaps sharply. The bird jumps backward just before the moving edge strikes. This feeding ground is rich, but it is never stable. Zuri begins inspecting the folds. It tilts its head and studies the skin from several angles. The bill touches the surface lightly. One tick is too small. Another lies too deeply beneath the ear. Then Zuri notices a swollen parasite at the edge of a wrinkle. The bird steps closer. Its toes spread across the moving skin. The bill closes around the tick. Zuri pulls. The parasite does not release. Kibo's ear flicks. The bird lets go and jumps aside. Seconds later, Zuri returns. This time, it grips closer to the point of attachment. It braces with both feet and pulls again. The tick separates from the skin. There is no explosion and no dramatic wound. Only a small parasite lifted from the surface of a giant animal. Zuri crushes and swallows it. For the bird, the reward is immediate. For Kibo, one source of irritation is gone. Zuri moves deeper behind the ear, but Kibo cannot remain still. The skin beneath the bird begins to contract. The ear rotates. The head swings suddenly. Zuri flattens itself against the neck. Then Kibo shakes with enormous force. Water and mud fly from his back. Zuri loses its grip and is thrown into the air. For a moment, the bird disappears. But oxpeckers are accustomed to unstable hosts. Zuri circles once and lands again on Kibo's shoulder. It waits while the giant continues flapping his ears. When the movement slows, the bird starts toward the ear once more. The opportunity is too valuable to abandon, and one tick remains larger than all the others. The largest tick is hidden at the base of Kibo's left ear. Only part of its swollen body is visible. The rest lies protected inside a deep fold. Zuri reaches toward it. The bill touches the parasite. Kibo immediately jerks his head. The bird retreats. After a short pause, Zuri approaches from another angle. One foot grips the edge of the fold. The other presses against the skin below. The bill closes around the tick. Zuri pulls. Nothing happens. The parasite remains anchored. Kibo's ear begins to tremble. The movement becomes stronger. Zuri releases just before the ear flaps again. The bird waits and tries for a third time. Instead of pulling directly outward, it changes the angle of its head. The tick shifts slightly. Kibo's skin contracts beneath the bird's feet. Zuri grips tighter. One final pull, and the blood-filled tick comes free. It is easy to imagine that Zuri is helping Kibo out of kindness. But nature is rarely that simple. The oxpecker does not understand that the hippopotamus is uncomfortable. It is feeding. Kibo's body provides a platform, a hunting ground, and a source of food. In return, some parasites are removed. Both animals may benefit from this moment, but the relationship is not a medical treatment or a perfect friendship. It is an exchange shaped by appetite, opportunity, and evolution. Zuri receives a meal. Kibo loses several irritating parasites. Neither animal needs to understand the bargain. The area behind Kibo's ear is not completely clean. Smaller ticks remain hidden in the deepest folds, and others may attach in the future. But the largest blood-filled parasites are gone. For several seconds, Kibo's ear becomes still. He lowers his head and walks back toward the river. Zuri remains on his neck, searching for another meal. As the giant enters the water, the tiny bird moves higher onto his back. On one of Africa's largest animals, an invisible battle continues, one tick at a time. Subscribe to Wild Echoes to discover more hidden battles from the natural world.